Hey everybody, Steve Jamrock, Realty Executives Premier. Today I want to take a look into the future with you. Over the last few days, we've taken a step back and looked at home values in Northwest Indiana and how they responded in 2020 compared to 2019. So today I want to take a look into the future with you to see how home values and what we can expect in Northwest Indiana real estate in 2021. And the short answer, real quick, is we're going to continue to see more of the same of the way we ended 2020 into the beginning and into the mid-year of 2021, which is incredibly high buyer demand and incredibly low inventory. So let's start with that buyer demand real quick. We're continuing to see strong buyer demand throughout the region, and this is fueled by, again, the record low interest rates, which are forecast to remain steady throughout the year. Any increases there are predicted to be small. And the continued migration of home buyers from Illinois into Northwest Indiana. We're also continuing to see a migration from people living in downtown Chicago in the urban settings, moving here more often than we have in the past, looking for a little bit of space and room to roam here in the suburbs. We're also seeing that low inventory throughout the region. Homeowners just are not looking to put their home on the market yet. And there's a couple different reasons why we're seeing that low inventory. Number one, a lot of homeowners, they're feeling a little bit of anxiety still, not really sure what, with the pandemic going forward. Maybe they're feeling still a little held back about their long-term job security, and what that faces here in the future. They're also facing where they're going to go. They're facing the same issues as home buyers are. If they do put their house on the market, what's out there, what's available that's better than what they're living at right now. New construction is also a concern. It's still going along slowly compared to in the past. A lot of that has to do with building supplies, the availability of building supplies, and the cost of building a new home nowadays. While the availability of supplies is loosening up some, which allows the builders to produce quicker, the cost of goods is still relatively high. So those builders are only building for customers who are under contract currently. So before, home builders would go and put up 3, 4, 5 different homes out there, and that home buyer would be able to go ahead and buy that new construction home and then put their home on the market at the same time. Well, now it's taking longer to build that home, so that home that they would put on the market is sitting there longer. Lastly is foreclosures. People don't think about this because it's not fun to talk about, but there's a foreclosure moratorium in place right now, which foreclosures coming on the market are almost non-existent at this time. Now, while that's great news for the people who are in those houses, hopefully it gives them, the foreclosure moratorium gives them the chance and opportunity to stay in that house and work out a deal to prevent the foreclosure, because we really don't want people to get foreclosed on, obviously. But realistically, that is another supply of houses that would traditionally be hitting the market that is not right now. So what does that mean for home values going forward? Well, if you take number one, which is strong buyer demand, and number two, which is low inventory, what do you get? Continued increase in home values in the region. And again, we should continue to see a steady increase in home values throughout Northwest Indiana throughout 2021. So to break it down just a little bit here, what does that mean for you as a home buyer or a home seller? Home buyers, what you can expect here is continued strong competition. Long gone are the days of, hey, I'm looking for a deal. What can you find for me out there? The norm nowadays is multiple offers. More often than not, you will continue to see houses in desirable areas that people prefer to be in sell over list price a lot of times. And you're going to see home sellers preferring pre-approvals from a strong local lender. And what I mean by that is home sellers have a preference nowadays to see that pre-approval letter that is from a local lender or mortgage company as opposed to an online lender. They just feel more comfortable knowing that there's somebody here nearby as opposed to somebody they've never heard of before. Now, home sellers, what does it mean for you? You can expect to continue to be inconvenienced, unfortunately. And what I mean by that is when you do put your home on the market, be prepared to be gone for hours at a time due to the amount of showings that you will most likely have. Homes that are priced well and are well maintained should continue to move relatively quickly. Also, make sure you have a plan in place, where you're going to go, where you're going to move, and how long it's going to take you to get there. You don't want to put your house on the market and then start making those plans. Have those in place beforehand before you put it on the market, because again, there is a possibility that house could sell within a few days. Appraisals. We may start seeing a little bit of pushback on appraisals in some areas, especially with homes that continue to sell over full price. So that's something to keep an eye on as we move forward. And it'll also be interesting to see how the inventory again reacts in the springtime with the home buying season there in the springtime, if inventory loosens up at all. And then also it'll be interesting to watch moving forward if affordability eventually catches up with the pace of available homes. And what I mean by that is eventually, you know, we do have record low interest rates, and it's offering buyers a lot of affordability right now, being able to purchase a home that, you know, they may not be able to in the past, but eventually the price of homes goes up to where it no longer becomes feasible for that buyer to afford that house. So that's something to watch going forward too. Haven't really seen signs of that yet, but as home values continue to increase and inventory remains low and demand remains high, it will be interesting to see how many buyers start getting priced out of the market here in the future. So that's something we'll definitely keep an eye on for you. Again, in the meantime, if you're curious or have any questions at all how this market affects your plans moving forward, whether you're thinking of buying a home in 2021 or selling your home in 2021, please reach out. I'd be happy to discuss these in detail with you and help you formulate a plan moving forward. 219-306-0333 is my direct number. Call or text anytime, or you can always reach me out through the social media channels as well. Thanks again for watching this video. Reach out if I could be of any service at all, and have a fantastic day. Take care.